The Los Angeles Chargers are being linked to a player that nobody really expected and it didn't see coming, and I think it's a perfect fit. We'll break it all down. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans. We live here in Michigan, so we are big Jim Harbaugh fans because we're Michigan fans, and can't wait to see what he does out in LA. So this channel is all about the LA Chargers, and you get an unbiased look into your team. So if you haven't subscribed, if you watched a few videos, we'd love if you subscribed. Really liking just the community and getting to know really a lot about LA and San Diego and just loving it. So here we go. Michael Gallup. And we'll look at a couple different ones that are still out there, but this one makes the most sense. The wide receiver room in LA is pretty barren after releasing Mike Williams and trading Keenan Allen. Right now, it could be the worst in wide receiver room in the entire sport. I agree. I think it is. Quentin Johnston needs to step up big time. And even if he does, it's like, where's the depth? So the Chargers could be looking, of course, that 5th overall pick. They're going to have either Malik Neighbors or Marvin Harrison Jr. So if they want to go that route, but they still need help, right? They just still need some depth, something else there. So Michael Gallup, this is nice because it's low cost. Because if you look at it, Beckham's still available, which I never fully understood. Odell Beckham, he had a couple good years with the Giants, and he had the great catch that he had. But outside of that, it's like I just don't get the hype, the buzz, this big Odell Beckham, big name. I just don't get it. Drives me crazy. It's always out there, and I get he's kind of getting connected just because he had ties with the Baltimore Ravens last year. But Beckham, no, get him out of here. So you look at Michael Gallup. That's the thing. He's going to be very inexpensive, 1-year deal. Come on in, help us out, give us some depth. Because if you look at his stats, 2019, 2020, it was 1,000-yard receiver, 66 balls he caught in 2019, 59 balls in 2020. And then 21, 22, and 23 is all about the same, right? About 35 catches, about 400 yards, averaging about 10 yards a catch though, which is really good. But what I like about this is no, the numbers are not outstanding, and that's fine because the Chargers are going to want a guy low cost that can come in, be the number 2 or 3 receiver. And he's got a couple touchdowns in the season. He averages, 2-3 touchdowns these last few years. Again, very steady, plays a lot in the lineup. He kind of got overshadowed by CeeDee Lamb over the last couple of years, but this is just an easy one. I love this one, and the connection there is perfect because you're looking for a low-cost guy to come in. So again, Chargers fans, let me know in the comments if there's a player that you like, similar to Michael Gallup, because receiver just feels like just need some depth, just need some veteran presence there. That way, if we get a receiver with that number 5 pick, cool. But if the Chargers trade out of it, you've got some coverage there, right? So let's look at some other available free agents. And this is what Craig talked about a couple days ago, is that available free agents are still available. So we look at the first couple weeks and we think, oh my goodness, come on, Chargers, what are you doing? They might not do anything till after the draft. And then the draft, some other people could get cut. There's still people available. So that's why I like this article. It shows some people that are still out there that we've kind of forgotten about. Quandre Diggs. So Quandre Diggs played with the Lions. Great player, a really good player. He's kind of like an undersized safety, hard hitting, reliable guy. And so now he's moved into that veteran part of his career where he could be a good piece for Jesse Minter. And I really like it. So there's a combo of Gilman and Derwin James may seem good enough at the safety position. While on paper it is, the Chargers need more depth. So that's what it is. It's a depth piece that could be perfect. The best year of James' career when he was moved around the defense the most and was getting progressively worse under Brandon Staley. It's just dude, Derwin James is going to be really good because he's just going to be asked to be a safety and he's just going to shine. And I can't wait to see that. So there's a safety, Quandre Diggs. He was released by the Seattle Seahawks, and he does not count towards the comp formula. He's not coming off a great season, but he had 2 above average seasons at coverage before 2023. That's right. He's good. He's in a veteran depth piece now. And so that's That's just where it is. I love it. And then the other one is Cam Fleming. So if the Chargers don't take a receiver in the first round of the first round of the NFL draft, then the next best option is tackle. That's right. Granted, Trey Pipkins is just making $9 million a season, and the Chargers probably won't spend that much on a swing tackle. The Chargers could and take so offensive line. We know Jim Harbaugh wants to run the ball. He's going to do it, rain or shine. Doesn't matter who's in there. But there's offensive linemen still available. There's running backs still available. J.K. Dobbins. I think if you're the Chargers now, you've said, okay, we don't need to push it. Instead, let's take a breath. Let's see who is out there. And the free agency period is now until the start of the season. So it looks bleak right now, but I think it's incredible patience. And this is how off seasons are won. It's almost like clockwork. Any team, Raiders, they go out, huge money, Christian Wilkins, first day, the classic D tackle, $100 million, $50 million, $100 million deal, whatever it was. It's like if you're those teams spending big on the first couple of days of free agency, I will not see you in the playoffs. That's just how it is. The teams that are patient, build through the draft, smart with their free agency money. Those are the teams. Those are the good teams that are always in the mix and the ones that you can count on. Baltimore Ravens. Right now, it's almost not quite there yet, but the Detroit Lions are really flipped and are just like patient, smart. They get DJ Reader on a low contract, right? So you see how it's done and how it should be done. And so the Chargers, you should be encouraged if you're a Chargers fan. The last thing I want to see is this new regime going out trying to win over the fan base by spending big when it's just like that's not how you win in December, is by spending big in March. Let's take our time. We got all the time in the world. Let's even go through the draft. Let's see how the draft shakes out. Then we can add from there after the draft pieces that we didn't find. I love that. I love it. If you're new to the channel, again, we are Detroit Lions fans. If you've watched any videos, make sure you subscribe. Happy Easter. I don't know when you're going to watch this, but Easter, beautiful. Happy Easter. Enjoy the weekend and join us for the NFL draft. Can't wait for that. It's a lot of fun. We'll go live for that. And so make sure you check us out, and we'll see all of you on